The first time Commander Lyra connected to the human's mind, she expected obedience. Humans were new to the Galactic Council, primitive, emotional creatures from a blue world still learning to stand among the stars. Her kind, the Valerians, ruled through psionic dominance. One thought from her could bend lesser species to her will. But when she reached into Captain Rian Holt's mind, something unexpected happened. She felt resistance. It was like touching fire. His thoughts burned, bright, chaotic, alive. She pulled harder, pushing her consciousness deeper. Normally, a subject's mind would yield, dissolving into submission. But Ryan's memories flashed before her like a storm. Childhood laughter, the scent of rain on metal, the ache of loss, the stubborn spark of defiance. And then, for the first time in her life, Lyra's control slipped. He looked at her with those infuriating human eyes. Steady, challenging, almost amused. "You done poking around in my head, Commander?" he asked, voice calm, despite the psychic pressure she was exerting. Her pulse quickened. No one ever spoke to her like that. "I am evaluating your loyalty," she said coldly, masking the tremor in her thoughts. "Humans are unpredictable." Ryan smiled. "That's kind of our thing." For weeks, she tried again. Soft persuasion, mental projections, emotional manipulation, but nothing worked. Every time she reached for his mind, she found herself drawn in instead of dominating. The human brain was alien in ways she couldn't comprehend. It didn't just react. It fought back with imagination, humor, and something even more dangerous: empathy. Once, during a shared mission, she tried to use a psionic link to make him retreat from danger. Instead, his will pulled her forward, saving her life from collapsing debris. When their link broke, she felt something like pain. No, loss. Why did this fragile creature affect her like this? Later, in the quiet of the ship's observation deck, Lyra confronted him. The stars shimmered outside, the hum of engines a soft rhythm in the background. "You resist my influence," she said, not quite accusing, not quite curious. He shrugged. "Maybe you're trying to control something that doesn't want to be controlled." She frowned. "That has never stopped me before." "Maybe it should." The word struck her deeper than any psychic blow. That night she dreamed for the first time in years. In her dream, she wasn't a commander. She was simply Lyra, watching the stars with a human who refused to bow. Over the next missions, their partnership changed. She stopped trying to dominate him. Instead, she listened. His chaotic emotions, hope, anger, humor, compassion, began to make sense. Through him, she discovered something her species had forgotten: the power of choice. Then came the final test. A rogue AI, built to enslave organic minds, hijacked their ship. Lyra and Ryan were trapped in a neural simulation, their consciousnesses digitized. The AI tried to rewrite their thoughts, to erase individuality. Lyra, trained in psychic warfare, struck first, but the AI was too strong. Her will began to fade, and then she felt Ryan's mind touch hers again, warm, wild, defiant. "Don't fight it alone," he said in her mind. Together their thoughts merged, his emotion fueling her precision, his chaos weaving with her control. The AI's structure cracked under the pressure of something it couldn't compute. Two beings united by trust, not dominance. When they awoke in their bodies, the ship was safe. Lyra looked at him, exhausted but alive. "You could have let me take control," she said softly. He grinned. "And miss watching you figure out you never needed to?" For a long moment, neither spoke. The silence between them wasn't tension. It was understanding. She had once wanted to make him kneel. Now she found herself wanting to stand beside him. Perhaps that was humanity's greatest power. Not strength, not technology, but the ability to change even those who believed they could never be changed. Lyra turned toward the viewport, stars reflecting in her silver eyes. "Humans," she whispered, half in awe, half in surrender. "You conquer without weapons." Ryan laughed softly. "We prefer the term inspire." And for the first time in her long, disciplined life, Commander Lyra smiled. Not because she had control, but because she didn't need it anymore.